Sir, good to have you on our program. Good afternoon to you. I got a number of topics I want to barrel through, so let's see how we do. Good afternoon to you.
All right, thanks, Bill.
First on COVID relief, is this real or are you chasing a unicorn on this deal?
Well, we've been obviously engaged with Speaker Pelosi for a long time. Secretary Mnuchin and Speaker Pelosi, I believe, are talking as I'm talking to you and your viewers right now. I spoke to the president, spoke to Secretary Mnuchin over the last hour as we start to try to identify all the remaining issues that stand in the way of getting help to the American people. There continues to be a number of differences, but as I mentioned earlier, we've entered a new phase where we're actually looking at some of the technical language. I met with senators on Capitol Hill about an hour or so ago. Many of those senators are real concerned with some of the policy differences we have in addition to the money.
Republican senators, right?
Republican senators.
So that's where the rubber hits the road. I don't know what you can pass in the Senate now. I don't know what could be reconciled in the House at this late date.
Well, I can tell you that they're not only voting on a smaller package today that should come up, and the Democrats once again are going to say no to a package that
looks like that's been defeated
hundreds
already.
of billions of dollars.
Yeah, no, I tell you, look.
But here's the other thing, Bill.
Ahead,
let me just stress one other thing: is the president's willing to lean into this, and if we see any amount of fair negotiations from Speaker Pelosi, which we haven't really seen to date, it's actually been Secretary Mnuchin and the president advancing this negotiation further and further to Nancy Pelosi's side of the ledger. But I can tell you that at $1.9 trillion, which is really where we're at right now, when you look at $1.9 trillion, is Nancy Pelosi really going to tell the American people that I'm not going to send that relief to you just for political reasons? And I don't think our chances get better after election. I do think the next 24 to 48 hours will tell us a whole lot.
Okay, so you're saying she's not moving, but you're giving in on the negotiating side. That's what I hear from you. Yes or no on that?
Well, yes, that's correct.
Right.
She's made very small
Here's what
concessions.
It appears to be, and am I wrong? It just seems like it's BS. It just seems like each side's given cover to get past the next debate, maybe even past this election, and that's when the rubber will hit the road. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that, Bill, only from this standpoint. As we started out at $1 trillion, we went to 1.3, we went to 1.5, 1.6. We're now at 1.9 trillion. At some point, Speaker Pelosi has to take yes for an answer. I can tell you there were a number of things that she said, if you only deal with this, we'll be able to move forward. So we said yes to that, only to find out that the goalpost moved once again. And so I'm encouraging her and certainly all the rank-and-file Democrats to take yes for an answer. Let's get help going to the American people.
Okay, let's talk about Biden and the emails. How long has the FBI had the laptop?
Well, there's reports out there that there was a grand jury subpoena sometime in December of 2019. But I want to stress one thing. This is not about Hunter Biden. This is about the Biden family. This is about pay for play. This is actually about what kind of access did Hunter Biden sell to his father, the vice president. That's what this is all about. And so for the American people that are going to the voting booths right now, they need to understand this has nothing to do with Hunter Biden and as much as it does to do with Joe Biden.
Okay.
And I think you'll see those emails that are authentic. You'll start to see they're hard to reconcile with anything other than wrongdoing.
Yeah. Have you or the president spoken with the FBI director about this?
We do not get involved in those kinds of discussions, so I have not talked to Director Wray. I know the president has not talked to Director Wray. It would be inappropriate for us to do that. At the same time, there's a number of people that are encouraging a special prosecutor or a special counsel to actually look at this. I'm hopeful
you were asked about this earlier today with Hugh Hewitt on the radio. Are you recommending a special counsel on this?
You know, I have a number of people that are recommending that. and so I have looked at that as a possibility, just so that the American people can understand that we're going to get to the bottom of it in a neutral way. But I don't want to discount the efforts of Attorney General Bill Barr and his team to hopefully look at this in a reasonable and responsible way. I don't expect any results before November 3rd. If we're going to learn anything about this, that would be by investigative reporters.
A couple more things quickly here.
Sure.
Does this come up tomorrow night in Nashville, do you believe?
Well, it should come up. I mean, if you look at Joe Biden,
But the president could do it if he wanted to. Has he shared that with you?
Well, obviously we're prepping for the debate tomorrow night. I can't imagine a debate going off with Hunter Biden at least not getting a tough question from the moderator on this subject, and if not, certainly from the President of the United States.
Okay, you said the absentee ballot requests were troubling when you saw them, but the early voting numbers are, quote, very, very promising. That sounds like a push. Where do you think this election is right now?
I don't think it's a push. You don't have to look any further than North Carolina and look at the absentee requests in my home state of North Carolina were disproportionately in the Democrats' favor. And yet with early voting totals that have been coming in now for the first 4 or 5 days of early voting, it's showing a huge, huge turnout for President Trump. The trends in the numbers are very, very encouraging. And we're seeing that not just in North Carolina, but a number of states. And so I think the suppression polls that have been out there are really not working. The vast majority of those pro-Trump, pro-America, pro-growth economy voters are showing up in droves.
Last point, just have a few seconds, 15 to be precise. What happened in that 60 Minutes interview yesterday?
You know, obviously, when you look at 60 Minutes, hopefully they will go back to responsible journalism. But I think I've said it earlier. I don't know that there was a neutral. I don't know that there was a neutral reporter asking the questions of the President of the United States.
Will we see that before Sunday?
Time will tell.
Okay, we're on standby then. Mark Meadows, thank you for your time for the North Lawn today. I hope you come back very soon. 13 days to go. Thank you.